Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Andries Andy Calitz, with the request that you confer on him the degree Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa. The decision by Council and Senate to award the degree was taken on the grounds of the following considerations. From Asia and Canada to South Africa, Andries Carel has played a prominent role in shaping the global energy supply sector. Currently Secretary General of the International Gas Union and Chief Executive of Future Energy, Calitz used to head up LNG Canada and held various serious executive positions at energy corporations Shell and Eskom. This Stellenbosch University electrical engineer alumnus from the class of 1981 started his career at Eskom, where he fulfilled various managerial and executive roles in electricity production, planning, pricing, sector restructuring, and transmission. During his time at Eskom, he was responsible for the operation of South Africa's high-voltage transmission grid and led the integrated planning process for the country's electricity supply industry. After joining Shell in 1996, he became involved in groundbreaking international energy projects. He has an impeccable track record of managing international energy mega projects, especially in the context of joint ventures. He has been involved in energy investments to the tune of $100 billion and contributed to business development in countries across the globe. Calitz also holds qualification in commerce, management, and business administration from Harvard Business School, the University of the Witwatersrand, and the University of South Africa, as well as INSEAD in France. Mr. Chancellor, I hereby request that you confer the degree Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa, on Andries Calitz for his contribution to the development of the global energy supply sector and his visionary leadership and remarkable achievement in the energy field.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa, to Andries Calitz. Congratulations. Well done.
Goedemiddag, good afternoon. Vice-kanselier, dit is 'n absolute plesier om vandag weer 'n maatie te wees. Ek het soveel ure van my lewe in hierdie saal deurgebring. And it is wonderful to be back, and thank you for the recognition from both the university and especially also from the Faculty of Engineering. And Professor van Niekerk, thank you for your role and courage to submit this recommendation through your staff. It is April, and I thought I would share in 3 minutes just 3 thoughts. At Harvard Business School, that's what they teach you, limited to 3 ideas. And the first one is to say to all those who are, especially the undergraduates who are graduating today, as you leave 16 years of academic schooling at school and university, that one thing changes when you now enter industry. What changes is that period when your life was annually and on a quarterly basis and on a monthly basis and on a weekly basis and on a daily basis was dictated by somebody else's roster and calendar. Life now changes, and from here on, you march to your own drumbeat. And I implore you to march at a rate which is beyond your level of comfort. It needs to be fast because the world out there is fast-moving and competitive. My second thought is with the engineering school today. Because undoubtedly, like I did in the 1970s and 80s, there is still this question on one's mind, did I choose well? Did I choose wisely when I chose engineering? And now 40 years later, I'd like to offer you a perspective on that, because that perspective is the following, because I've lived on all 6 continents, and I've seen the critical role that engineers of all the disciplines play in driving economies of the world, especially by creating production and service facilities. I've seen the important roles that engineers play in creating infrastructure in the country, in transportation, in medical services, in financial services, and in every form of what society needs. And the third one is I've seen the role that engineers play in the world of innovation. And I can assure you today, as you leave here and as you proudly graduate, that it was the right decision. The world proudly, from China to Russia, from the United States to Brazil, from South Africa to Egypt, including Australia, needs engineers and people like you. My third comment relates to what lies ahead for us as the most profound change that the world, society, economy, and industry has ever seen, which is the energy transition. As a result of deeply held concerns about climate change, the world needs more solar energy and more wind energy. That transition is going to be very, very difficult. And I say that based on working in all the significant countries that are going through an energy transition. Cabinets are going to struggle. Society is going to struggle, but if we want to sustain 8 billion people on our lovely, beautiful planet Earth, we have to do that. But at the same time, for those now entering industry or continuing further studies, the world of renewable energy, of sustainable development, presents so many fantastic opportunities. I wish I could start that path again. Professor de Villiers, those are my 3 thoughts for today for this wonderful class of 2022. Thank you.